Guru Padam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Sadguru Bhagavan ki Jai, Satchidananda Bhagavan ki Jai, Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai, Gita Mata ki Jai. Hari Om. Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, and we are discussing on the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in the midst of battlefield. Lord Krishna, having heard the lecture from Arjuna, he explains the reality to Arjuna from different angles of vision, from philosophical vision, from relative life angle of vision. What is the duty? What should be done in this particular state of the being? What should be done? That is what Lord Krishna is explaining. Only after Arjuna giving a beautiful lecture and being bewildered to decide what to do and what not, he surrenders on the feet of Lord Krishna, accepts his discipleship, and then Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna. Yesterday we saw Avachya vadamscha bahun vadishyanti tavahitaha nindantastava samarthyam tado dukkhataram nukim. From the worldly parlance, in day-to-day life, having obtained a great name, fame, as a great warrior, if you don't fight out this battle and withdraw from the battle, for some may be some right cause, but the people will think ill of you and they will not admire you. On the other hand, they will speak ill of you, and that will be unbearable for you afterwards, and they will talk of you very lightly, who are talking of you in praiseworthy words, and your enemies, the Kauravas, and your anti-feeling parties, they will laugh at you. It will be unbearable for you. They will they will talk ill of you. In this way, the consequence will be unbearable for you. And again he is assuring, if you fight out the battle, what will be the consequence? See, either you will win over the battle or else you will lose it. So in both the cases, attempting the battle and either you lose it or win it, in both the cases you will be the gainer. How? Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhaksyase mahim tasmad utishta kaunteya juddhaya kritanishchaya. Slain thou will obtain heaven. Victorious thou will enjoy the earth. Therefore stand up, O Arjuna, son of Kunti, resolve to fight. Both ways you are gainers. From every angle possible, Lord makes him conform to fight. In either case, you will be benefited. Therefore, stand up with the firm resolution. I will conquer the enemy or die. I will do or die. That should be your conviction. Then you will be gainer in both the cases, whether you win it or you lose it. And then what to do? Sukhe dukhe samay kritva labha labho jaya jayau tato juddhaya yujyasya naivam papam avapsasi. Pap means sin. That sin, that means when we do something with a doubtful mind or something which harms others or which yields a bad result, all types of these actions are called sin. And he says, you will not obtain any sin, no bad result you will have if you do in this way. Sukhe dukhe samay kritva. Previously he has given his opinion and explained to Arjuna, you have to endure pain and pleasure, titiksha, tam titiksha svabharata. Forbear all these pairs of opposites, pain and pleasure, and go beyond the state of mind. And now also he says again, take pain and pleasure both equally. Don't be bewildered by these pairs of opposites. Labha labho, gain and loss. Jaya jayo, defeat or win. Both. Having equal means having a balanced mind in the state of pairs of opposites. If you fight for fight's sake, not to gain something or not to lose something, having no having no desire to enjoy a right consequence. If you fight it for fight's sake, then you will enjoy the result, because you are not attached to the result of your actions. Whatever you get, you will be satisfied with it. So now he is telling, having made pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeats, the same, engage thou in battle for the sake of battle, thus thou shalt not incur sin. You will be always gainer. This is the yoga of equanimity, or the doctrine of poise in action. You should not be attached to the result of the action. If anyone does any action with the above mental attitude or balanced state of the mind, he will not reap the fruits of his action. He will not be influenced by the result of his actions. Such an action will lead to the purification of his heart and freedom from birth and death. One has to develop such a balanced state of mind through continuous struggle and vigilant efforts. One should be always aware of non-attachment. If you are attached to something, then you are a gone case. You will be influenced by it, and that is called bondage. If you are not attached to anything in this world, then you are free by nature. You are not bound to anything. That is the secret. Do anything and everything without attachment. Attachment means to the result of your action. So in this way, having a balanced mind, if you fight out the battle for battle's sake, you will be happy in long run. ऐसा ते भीतः सांख्ये बुद्धि योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबंधम प्रयाससी. So he is giving the explanation of the two different paths, which he has explained one and he is going to explain the other. Till now, he was explaining the present situation to Arjuna using Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means the yoga path of wisdom. Sankhya Yoga and this our Raj Yoga also, they teach you the path, how to act skillfully and attain the highest. This is called Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga, skill, how to do everything skillfully intellectually, having no attachment to your actions you are doing, and having no attachment to the result of it. Thereby you don't have any ego dominating over your personality, and you will be egoless. That is called immortality. Where there is no ego, you are not the doer, you will not be the enjoyer. So you are beyond this world which constituted by law of action and reaction, cause and effect. All these are natural laws which are the methods of the nature. Nature plays with these laws. And here, if you don't care for all this, you are beyond nature. That means you are ever free, no bondage. Now he is telling, ऐसा ते भीता सांख्ये बुद्धि योगे त्विमाम शृणु बुद्धिजया युक्तो जया पार्थ कर्मबंधम प्रहास्यसि. You will not be bound to your actions. This which has been taught to thee is wisdom concerning Sankhya. Now listen to wisdom connecting yoga, endowed with which, O Arjuna, thou shalt cast off the bonds of the action. Lord Krishna taught Jnana Yoga to Arjuna till now. Sankhya Yoga is the path of Vedanta or Jnana Yoga, which treats of the nature of the Atman or the self and the methods to attain self-realization. It is not the Sankhya philosophy of sage Kapila. Kapila's Sankhya Yoga is different from this Sankhya Yoga. This second chapter is named as Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means the path of wisdom. It is not that Sankhya Yoga which is taught by sage Kapil. So here you must know the difference. The same word used in different senses, different sense. Same Sankhya Yoga here means it is path of wisdom which narrates everything on self only and leads you to the immortality. And Sankhya Yoga talks about that other Sankhya Yoga, Kapil's Sankhya Yoga. He talks about the nature, how the world is created by how many different aspects or different elements, and they are counted. That's how it is called. Sankhya means digital energy. How the creation is created by the nature. That is Sankhya Yoga. The great saint Kapila explains all this. method of creation. And here we talk of the absolute self. Of course, Lord Krishna has given some explanation and angle of vision from the daily, day-to-day life, relative life, practically what we do and what should we do, so that we can attain the highest. From relative world to the absolute. Of course, all of us, all the beings, they belong to only relative world. We talk of relative world, that is composed by pairs of opposites. Always there will be pairs of opposites. So we have to start from relative world and end in the absolute. This is the path of wisdom. Of course, it starts with relative world. But other way, when we talk of the Sankhya's philosophy, Kapil's philosophy of Sankhya, that deals only with the nature, and it talks all about the nature, so that depends upon you whether you are willing to be in the nature or want to go beyond nature. That is up to you. So Kapil's Sankhya Yoga is up to the limit of nature, supreme power. Then you are the king of your own mind. As you like, you can decide. And they talk much of heaven and hell and pleasure and pain and actions and reactions. So all these laws they deal with. So naturally one gets interested to enjoy joy in the heaven for a long, long time. You will be persuaded by it. Of course, that is all about the natural day-to-day relative life and world. So anyway, Lord Krishna taught Jnana Yoga to Arjuna till now. Sankhya Yoga is the path of Vedanta or Jnana Yoga. And we don't talk of the Sankhya Yoga of Kapil Muni here. It is not the Sankhya philosophy of this sage Kapila. He is now going to teach Arjuna the technique or secret of Karma Yoga. Because we have to do actions. Without doing any action, nobody can remain silent even for a moment. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi yatu tishtatya karma krit. Nobody can remain silent without doing any actions even for a moment. Why? Our personality is the body, the personified body of prana, mind, fourfold mind, body, senses. All these are the product of nature, that means the changing phenomena. Changing means that is called action, movement. So you cannot keep quiet because of your body idea. When you are of the conviction that you have accepted this body to be I, you are one with this body as I. Your ego is saturated in the body, all over, all pervading in the body. I am the body. Then you cannot keep quiet. Silence is impossible for the body. When you go beyond the sense of body, then only silence is possible. So from that point of view, Lord Krishna explains the method of karma yoga. If you cannot keep quiet but do some actions, so you must know the skill of action, how to do the action skillfully, cleverly, so that you will not be bound by the action and reaction. And action, of course, we shall deal with it afterwards in Karma Yoga more elaborately, but little is given here by Lord Krishna. You have to do something or other. You cannot keep quiet. And your nature is to fight because you are born in such a family. You belong to the Kshatriya caste. Your nature is to fight for the right. So now you cannot keep quiet, so know how to fight. It is better to understand how to fight and be a gainer. He says, Karma Yoga endowed with which he can break through the bonds of karma. You will not be bound to the karma. The Karma Yoga should perform work without expectation of fruits of his actions, without the idea of agency or the notion, I do this, without the sense of ego, without the sense of doership, without attachment. After annihilating or going beyond all the pairs of opposites which we have already discussed, such as heat and cold, gain and loss, victory and defeat, etc., dharma and adharma, or merit and demerit, will not touch that karma yogi who works without attachment and egoism. The karma yogi consecrates all his works and their fruits as offering unto the Lord. Whatever he does, it becomes the worship of the Lord, and thus obtains the grace of the Lord. Ishwara pranidhana daba. The Karma Yoga teaches you the skill of action, and that says in the end, of course, Karma Yoga gives you how to control the mind, prana and body, and all these methods. And in the end it says, if you are not successful in this way, if you have done all these and yet you are not succeeded, then you have to surrender. Pranidhana dabha, or else if you are not successful in this way, you have to surrender. Surrender is the last step. There, by surrendering, what happens? The ego is crushed into paste. There is no ego at all. You are not the doer. You have surrendered. So neither you are the body, nor senses. Whatever you are aware, whatever you have, everything is given as offering to your Guru or to your Master, whosoever be, or to the Lord. So thereby you have lost your identity. So you are no more a doer, so you will not be the enjoyer. This is the easiest and the difficult most path, surrendering. If you can, it is a moment's play. And if you cannot, it is the hardest of all the practices. Because ego is terrific. To abandon ego or to give up the hope of desire for the actions we have done, the result, we cannot do anything because we are so much engrossed in these actions and reactions. We are the slave of desires, so we cannot easily surrender. But that is the safest and quickest path. And that's how karma yogis say, whatever I do, O Lord, I offer it to Thee, and whatever I do, it is your worship. There is no I, so it is done by you. So in Hindi we say, क्या हुआ? Your objects, what you have given me, where is the difficulty in offering the same thing to you? It is your object you have given me, and I am offering the same to you. Tadiya vastu Govinda tubhyameva samarpayami. All these what I belong, it is given by you, my Lord, and where is the difficulty to give it to you in return? It is yours. So in this sense, the devotees, the karma yogis, they offer everything to the Lord, and they easily control this ego. They don't feel the doership, and so they never enjoy of pairs of opposites, neither loss nor gain, nor pain nor pleasure, nothing. So if I am winner, it is your, O Lord. If I am defeated, it is your defeat. जो बिगड़े सो तेरा नाथ मेरा क्या बिगड़े, जो सुधरे सो तेरा नाथ मेरा क्या सुधरे. If I have gained something, it is yours, O Lord. What do I gain? I have no gain, because it is yours. I have offered it to you. If I lose something, oh Lord, it is your your lost, your loss. It is not my loss. So I am not at all concerned. Both the things are offered to you. But generally, we offer good things to God, not the bad things. It is the feeling of devotees. But both belongs to God. Whatever we do or whatever we have, everything belongs to Him. By His grace, we have got this body and all this intellect and prana, everything is obtained by His grace. So one who feels it and accepts it, he cannot have any ego. In the path of devotion, in the path of karma yoga, in the path of our jnana yoga, when this is understood, then whatever you do, it becomes the worship of the highest Lord. Yat yat karma karomi tat tadakhilam sambho tavaradhanam. Whatever karma I do, it is your worship, O Lord, because I am not anywhere. I is lost forever. This is the secret of trick of karma yoga. Do everything, whatever you like, whatever comes by the way, and do it without doership. So, in what way, what will you think? Who is doing the work? So the thoughtful people, the people who contemplate a little, mentally discuss it, contemplate over it, and they understand prakritehe kriyamanani gunehi karmani sarvasa. The nature does all the actions by the help of three qualities. From one angle, from other angle, body angle, indriyani indriyartheveha vartanta. The senses do everything for sense sake. Sense sake. I have no hair concern. I am not the senses, not the body. In this way, he keeps aloof. He is not concerned with the actions and reactions. He understands the nature does the play the game. So in this way, the karma yogi consecrates all his works and their fruits as offerings unto the Lord, and thus obtains the grace of the Lord. When you offer me something, I have to give you something. This world is give and take. So if you have offered everything to God, you get everything from God, that everything is God. नेहाभिक्रमणा स्वस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पम अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयातो Arjuna. If you understand this and practice just little, it will save you from great danger and sins. What I explained to you if you obey it, go according to my directions, then you find whatever you do, it doesn't go effortless. There is no loss of effort, nor is there any harm. Production of contrary results of transgression. Mean whatever you do, pratyavaya, there is no contradictory result. You do with some idea, with some purpose, you will not get the opposite result because you have understanding. So you will not get a contradictory result. Even a little of this knowledge, practice of this yoga, protects one from great fear. You will not be afraid of death. You will not be afraid of all these miseries or pains undergoing in health or somewhere the result of your sins. Nothing will disturb you. You will have no gain, no loss, no sin, no merits. So you are free from all this. A little of this practice will save you from great fear. You will not be afraid of anything. So have this knowledge, O Arjuna, and decide to fight. Thus Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna with a feeling of guidance or friendship, well-wisher, because he has surrendered. If a religious ceremony is left uncompleted, it is a wastage as the performer cannot realize the fruits. Suppose you are doing something and it is left half done, you are not going to get the result. For example, a student he has been admitted in a class, and after 1 year there will be exam and he will get the result. And he has attended the classes for 6 months and somehow he could not complete the course and he has left the class. So what will he get? Nothing. His effort for 6 months goes in vain. But here it is not so. Not so. How he is explaining. Here there is no wastage as the performers cannot realize the fruits, but it is not so in this case of karma yoga, because every action causes immediate purification of the heart. Immediate. The moment you do selfless actions, it purifies your heart then and there. It is not prolonged, waiting long to have the result. What example I gave, a student's case. he doesn't get any result unless he appears the final exam on the end of the year. He will not be promoted to the higher class. But here there is no loss, because all the actions, selfless actions, it purifies the heart. Then and there, its result is immediate. So, this is how we can think of the student also. If at all he has studied for 6 months, of course he has gained little knowledge, that is not going to be lost. But promotion he is not going to get. That's how there is another formula which is always applicable to all the actions. Nahi kaschit kalyana krit durgatim tat agacchati. Another formula. No good actions go in vain ever. It will have some result, and you are bound to get the result. What is the result? It is purification of the mind. If you do anything without feeling of the ego, doership, and without expecting any result of it, then it purifies your mind and heart. Then and there it is immediate result. Immediate result. So no action goes in vain. In gratitude, in agriculture there is uncertainty. Okay? If there is no timely rains or no good protection of the crop field, you are going to lose, isn't it? In agriculture there is uncertainty. The farmer may till the land, plough and sow the seed, but he may not get a crop if there is no rain. This is not so in Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga yields the result then and there. There is no uncertainty at all. Further, there is no chance of any harm concerning out of it, coming out of it. In the case of medical treatment, great harm will result from the doctor's injudicious treatment. Injudicious treatment, if he uses a wrong medicine, of course, if he doesn't know the real state of the disease, he will give some medicines by guessing something. But if it goes wrong, your disease will be redoubled. That is what happens with the allopathic medicines nowadays. I am afraid of taking allopathic medicine. It will have side effect. One disease is cured, the other disease is there. So go on eating medicines, taking medicines. There is no end to it. So this is how. In medical science also, if you are not accurate, you may get a wrong result. But here there is not so. It is not so. But it is not so in the case of karma yoga. Anything done, however little it may be, in this path of yoga, the yoga of action, karma yoga, saves one from great fear of being caught in the wheel of birth and death. Lord Krishna here extols karma yoga in order to create interest in Arjuna in the yoga. Be a yogi. Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna. I have explained you everything. He will tell in the afterwards he will encourage Arjuna to be a yogi. I have explained everything. Here is you are going to gain and gain, no loss. So be a yogi, O Arjuna. And yoga, and you know Krishna, Lord Krishna is the Yogeshwar, the king of all the yogis. So tomorrow we shall see further. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि रेकेह कुरुनंदन बहुशाखाय अनंताश्च बुद्धयोर व्यवसायिनाम. How the intellect acts while performing all these type of karma yoga and other things. How the intellect acts, you must know the ways of intellect. So he is going to explain it tomorrow. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevamashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai.